Hello, algebra students. I'm sorry I cannot be there with you today. I'm still under the weather and slowly getting my voice back. But we are going to start Unit 2 today. This example, I am certain in previous math courses you have had the opportunity to graph lines. So let's see what we remember, and then we'll take a look at how we can progress from there. So we have an equation, y equals 4/5 x plus 2. And what we want to do is get this onto our coordinate plane. In the past, you may have had classes have you make a table of values where we make a list of our inputs, or x's, and we explore our outputs, or y values. So the first input we are going to look at is what we call the y-intercept. We can use our slope and y-intercept to graph our line, but let's start with this table of values. If I put in x for 0, this will give me my y-intercept. Okay, so I use my equation, y equals 4/5 times 0 plus 2. And hopefully you remember anything times 0 is 0, so this goes away here. And we get y equals 2. So when my input is 0, my output is 2, and that becomes my first ordered pair. Remember, when we are graphing, we follow the x-axis first, which is our horizontal, and then our y-axis second, which is our vertical. So I am going to plot the point 0, 2 on my y-axis, since that is my y-intercept. Now, because my coefficient here is a fraction, what I want to do for my values of x is use multiples of my denominator. So the next one I'm going to try is 5. What do I get if I put in 5 for x? And what do I get if I put in 10 for x? So I'm going to erase this down here so I have some more work room. And we are going to do y equals 4/5 times 5 plus 2. Now you can remember with our fraction rules, we multiply across the top. So we have 20 over 5 plus 2, which is 4 plus 2, which is 6. So if I put in 5, I get 6 as my y value, and that's my next input, or my next ordered pair. So there's my next point. And we can keep going, but we really only need 2 points to determine a line. Okay, so it's going to follow this up. So let's take a look at what Envision is having us do. For step 1, it's telling us to identify the y-intercept in the equation. So if you remember, y equals mx plus b, the b value is our y-intercept, and that's what we got over here. That 2, that's my b. So I'm going to graph that. It's right there where we put our 0, 2. Very cool. Then the second step is use our slope, the m value, it's in front of the x, to find our vertical and horizontal change. Our slope is rise over run. So if my slope is 4/5, my vertical change is +4 or up 4, and my horizontal change is +5 or right 5. So from this point, 0, 2, I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then write 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So up 4 over 5 gets me this second point. Well, that's the point we found making our table of values. So that's cool. Let's see what happens. There it is, 5, 6. And then the last thing we do is draw the line, connect our dots. And it is a line, so it is continuous. It will keep going. All right. Now you try using the next examples on the page. So you should have a sketch of -3/4 x minus 5. To do this, you are going to have to manipulate your graph. Okay, so you might want to zoom out a little bit because this -5, bring that down here, and then use your slope. It's -3 over 4. So our negative direction, instead of going up 3, we're going to go down 3 and then right 4. Or, we can reverse that because a negative over a positive is the same as a positive over a negative. So I could potentially go up 3 and then left 4. So that's what I'm going to do so it fits on my graph. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then over 4. And that should get me my graph. Yep. Okay.